Coach Josh here. I'm going to cover the topic of a speed up. Okay, this is when I'm at the line here, we're dinking, and there's a tackable ball that bounces high, and I can hit this ball a little bit hard, okay? This is going to be a speed up right here. Nice little flick, okay? I'm going to show you guys a little bit how to do it. Number one thing that's going to help is making sure our paddle comes below. I'm sitting right here, okay? Very common mistake is a lot of people like to come from the side, and it's really hard to get the ball up and over the net. So I'm going to make sure my paddle is down so I can get underneath that ball, okay? The second thing is reading the ball, okay? You want to make sure it has a high bounce, or the ball that's coming is going to have a high ball flight. So that's how you know the ball is going to bounce up. So you got to wait for a good ball to do it. If the ball's too low, it's really hard to get the ball up and over the net. So if the ball's here, it's really hard to speed up that ball. I probably should dink that one back. So you're looking for a ball that's going to bounce high, and I can get underneath, okay? So one thing that's going to help you read is the spin. If the ball's spinning and it doesn't bounce as high, I probably shouldn't speed up there, okay? Now, this is what we call like a dead dink. This is what we're looking for. So if a ball bounces, doesn't have spin, it's going to have a high bounce. So that's probably a good one that we can speed up on. Sneaky little tip a little bit too is when we're doing this, I can tilt my paddle a little bit to the left, okay? If I'm a righty, it's towards the ground, okay? That's going to help have a little bit more of a top spin when I'm doing this. So when I hit this ball, it's going to come up and it's going to start going down a little bit. Okay, this is really going to help for keeping these balls in play when we're hitting this with a little bit of speed, and it's going to start to dip at the end. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate a little bit how to do some speed ups. We're going to do speed ups. So I'm going to show you guys a couple balls to go on a little bit. I'm going to make sure my paddle is low. Okay, I see a ball. Okay, that's a high one. Now I'm going to flick and stay through. Do you see if my paddle was low? I came underneath that ball and I stayed through it. A little kind of fancy tip a little bit too as well is let that wrist go a little bit towards your left ear, but we don't want to over flick, okay? If we do have trouble a little bit with our wrist, then just think about pushing the ball, okay? So if we're going to go a few more, as we're dinking back and forth, I'm looking for something a little bit high. That one was a little low. Okay, that one's a little bit high. Now I'm going to stay here a little bit, okay? I came underneath, and I kind of stayed through the ball, okay? When you guys are playing, look for those elevated balls or the balls that bounce high, and I can attack those, okay? Ones I would say kind of below my knees, I probably shouldn't attack. So that's kind of a good reference of frame when to do it and when not to do it. And those are the speed ups.